Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia and we're having a really overcast, dribbly rain day, okay? I'm back again, look at me. Now I haven't been in the room at all for a few days because I've been out going out for tests and stuff like that, so I'll have to tell you about my tests. Now I've been on diabetic medication for years and it's been not agreeing with me for years, so I've seen the diabetic specialist the other day and she was really good, and she's going to, she took me off the pills altogether, and in another month's time, if I still need something, she's going to give me a needle once a week. She's not, but I've got to have a needle once a week instead. Really nice lady she is, really nice. And I've also got compression bandages on my legs at the moment because they're to go on there every day, starting out a few hours and getting more and more and more as we go, so that'll squeeze all the fluid out of me legs, so I'll be able to maybe wear shoes and move about a bit better hopefully. So I'm a bit pleased about all that so far. So all these things were happening, started happening last year, that there's different things that I've had to have done and they've been put off because of the COVID and things like that, and now they're all hitting me, more or less the same time. But anyway, also now as well, I've been avoiding this because they keep telling me I'm low in iron. My body's really low in iron and it's not good because, you're supposed to have iron, and so I've got to have some sort of is it an infusion or something, I don't know, some sort of needly thing or whatever they give me to boost my iron levels, so because they're bad. So in a couple of weeks I've got to go and have that done. So well, I promise you I'll be here as much as I can, but I had to take 2 trips this week. I've been out to the hospital twice, which takes me, like Jeremy went with me the first time, took 3/4 an hour because he has to walk, and I go on my gopher, my scooter, my mobility scooter. And then the next day I went on my own because, he didn't really need to go for that, to talk to the diabetic doctor. But anyway, she was a really nice lady and she was very helpful, so that was good. But anyway, so I felt so much better since I haven't been taking them pills. They're weird. My blood sugar level's only still low though. It's 8. They say 5 is good. This is because I've only got diabetes 2, right, number 2, yeah. I don't have to have insulin every day. Mine's the opposite to the other one. Anyway, I think that's how they work. But anyhow, so what I'm doing is I've been working on my sewing journal, which I absolutely love. Must be the best one ever. Absolutely the best one ever, okay? I want to thank everybody for buying all my things. Actually, I think there's only one thing left in my shop now, but I will be getting more in, and this is going to be the next thing that I'm going to put in there. So I want to make a cover for it, right? Now, I've made a few bits before. Oh my goodness me, and that looks like it might go on there. Now, I was really wanting to keep this because I thought, that is really nice. This way it goes up that way, doesn't it? Well, that bow's up the right way now. Isn't that beautiful? Won't that look ducky? Oh my goodness me, it actually fits on there. Well, I don't actually have to make another one now, do I? Oh dear, that's nice. That's really nice. Okay, so what I'll have to do, it looks like I'm going to be doing this then. I won't be actually sewing anything. I've got my little house and my little booklet here that I have to incorporate into it. I've been doing a few bits and pieces, not a lot. I don't know how much I've shown you. This one here, we haven't seen that one, that pocket, because I did that the other day. And that's made out of a piece of lace that I dyed when I was doing a thing with Amy, that she was doing a journal, and I never got round to finishing mine. But anyway, that's just how I get sometimes. I can't get round to doing things because other things get in your way, and then you don't want to get back to them, or you just feel that's enough, But this is the most beautiful book. I know I made it, but I do think it is amazing. Anyway, so I put this piece here in as well. Just bring this back a tiny bit. I hope I don't I've put that on there. There's a paper clip. I haven't actually decorated it yet because I've put brads in here because I didn't know how I was going to fasten something to that because it comes unstuck, doesn't it? So I put the brads in. It does tend to make it hangs down. It's okay, but this is a good pocket here that I made. So there's an envelope and there's a paper that was not actually with this envelope, but it goes really well, doesn't it? So I put a bit of that on there. So is that upside down? It's upside down. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Anyway, so because it was flapping around like that, so I thought, well, I'll put a paper clip on it. I will decorate the paper clip, but I'm not so sure about the rest, and it needs something on that one to finish that page, right? So then I did. Let me see. I have got to do that one. Then I did. Oh, I'm only part way done on this too, aren't I? So this is a piece out of the Stemperia, I think it's Stemperia. Yeah, and you lift that up like that, and you have a pocket up in there. That's cool, isn't it? I don't know who I've seen do this, but I don't know if she had hers at the back. If it was, I stuck mine down with the back because you lift up and you could do something under there, and then there's a pocket up in there. Haven't quite finished that yet. I'm just not sure that I'm happy with it yet. What else? Anything else? Oh, these pages. Flip. I know there's another flip in here, I think. I did another flip. I haven't finished that one either. Aren't I shocking? I'll wait through it and leave it. This one here I did. Love that. And that just flips up like that. Sort of kind of looks like a window, doesn't it? Just sort of kind of. You use your imagination, stretch it a bit, and it'll probably be right. Anything else? Maybe not. I was doing something out there this morning. What did I do? Oh yeah, I made that. Love that. I was actually doing something out there this morning with it, so I've got to find out where I'm going to put these here pieces. I'll just add them to the parcel, I think, because I don't think I'm going to be putting it in the book. Whoever purchases it can put it in there somewhere. Okay, so I've got these other pieces here, so I didn't know whether I was going to use for me front, whether I was going to incorporate that and make that bigger, like put it onto something else, or there's that piece there, and then you'd have to of course you'd have a cover on it, but then you could use that, but we could go right for the ultimate one and use this, couldn't we? Because I know I was going to keep this, but I've decided that what is the point, really, when somebody else could be looking at it if they like. Actually, they're upside down, them flowers there. Does that matter? No. They're upside down too. It must be just the bow that I'm going to have upside down. That looks better, because they're up the right way. They're up the right way. It's going to have to go on there like that, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? It is, I know, I love it. Anyway, so let's see what we're going to do with this. I'm going to have to find a piece to put behind the back of it, of course. A piece of linen would be nice. I don't know if the blue one would work that I've got here. What did you reckon? The blue piece of linen. Now, as you know, we did a big move the other day. Put a few bits and pieces away. The fabric. Oh. You seen me room? You know what I'm doing with. It's not that bad though, I don't think. That will look really good on there. It will look really good. Now, let's do this then, eh? We'll have that covered. Won't have it finished, but it'll be covered. A piece of blue here. Nice, lovely colour. Isn't it a lovely colour? And I've got glue to work with too. Boy, goody, goody, goody. Look, Santa Claus gave me all my parcel already. He's a good Santa Claus. I just said to him, can I just have such and such and out there? And he said, take it all, Sonia, just get it out there. He said, you can buy yourself something else for Christmas. It doesn't matter. It's all right. I mean, I needed glue, and if we can have what we've needed, it's good. Okay. Sometimes you gotta have what you need. Sorry about that. I mean, you're ordering away. So when I get my iron, I supposedly won't be as tired. I'll have more strength and energy. Maybe that'd be wonderful. But I have been ignoring this. I suppose I'm not ignoring it, but I haven't been... I tried taking the pills, but they didn't work because of my other issues with my body. And so they've said they have to do it this way anyway because it's that low, so they have to do it this way. It's not a thing, you know. Oh, this is nice too. That could look good behind it, couldn't it? Whoa. Oh, yes. Let me see. Oh, I do like that. Delicious, isn't it? You're not going to see much of the cover on the back. You'll only see it on the sides, eh? On the front. You'll only see it on the sides and the back. Should I do? I think I might go with the blue one, eh? I think the blue one will look good. Make that your decision, eh? Let's make that the decision. Now, this is very uneven, and you know, some parts stick out and some parts don't, and so what I'm going to do is make this so it comes over the front here a bit. Going to cut this back a piece of a bit or two. Going to cut that back a bit. That'll be tricky, won't it? That will be tricky. Do I have more of these pieces that I did? What have I done with those? Were they in the box here? Yes, they are. Except if I move that, I'll have an earthquake. Not an earthquake, it'll be one of those things and everything falls down. It'll be like an earthquake, yes, the whole earth will move and everything. It'll all go and come undone. Oh, here we go. So we've got a few bits that we can decide on if I think that's too big. I really do, and I'm worried about cutting it back. So I don't want to... Okay, so we have a piece of... Oh, look at this. Here's a cover. Oh, goodness me. Might be already made one, look. Oh, isn't that brilliant? Oh, it's a nice piece of slow stitching, a beautiful piece of slow stitching. And it fits exactly. Which way would I put it though? Is this the front or just the front? I love it. Oh, that's upside down because there's a word on there, so it's going to have to go around this way. And I'll use the one that I'm doing now on my next journal. This one here will go on the next journal because, yeah, I'll have to use that one, won't I? I've never finished that. Got to do something with these. This is awesome. We'll make something out of that. More of those. This one's not going to fit, I don't think. I like this. Oh, I do like... Oh, and there's that one. Actually, that was the one I was keeping, so I am going to be putting this one onto something. Because that was the one there I was going to keep. I didn't realise I had that many of them. But I do like this on here. I do like this for here. Now, so it's going to come... It will come over the sides. So let's start with the glue. Let's get the glue out and start working with the glue. We might move this out of the way. We don't want glue all over them. Ouch. Sorry, that was the tripod thingy. Right, I'll put that there. Hope that's not too glary. I might just put a piece of paper underneath it. Just for... I don't know if this gets a bit of stuff on it. So, oh yes, oh this is exciting, isn't it? I'm really excited about this. Now this is going to have to, this will be a little bit tricky. The part I find really a bit tricky is this here, the back, where you're putting the spine part there. You have to make sure you've got that glued on there really nice. So when you turn that up there, you've still got this. Now, because that's a bit skew with, something underneath it or over top of it, what do I think? Do you reckon that goes all right with that book? What do you think? Yes, of course it does. Of course it does, Sonya. Why wouldn't it? I don't want it to be not as nice as the book. I think it is though, isn't it? It's my slow stitching patches, and they're all. This is all padded. See, this is all padded in there. So you've got each one I padded, and then I stuck them, and then I sewed them together. They're all made separately and then sewed together. No, I think it's awesome. I do love this back part. I do like the front too. It's hope and a butterfly. Beautiful. Okay, so I need to make sure I've got enough fabric on it. Let me see now. I'm going to cut this up here and make this level. This is annoying. That sliding around down there is not going to be a good idea at all. I'll just try not to get in the light. Try not to show you any too much light. So this is going to have to be cut down here, like so. Okay, okie dokie dokie. And back up here. This bit. Me and hubby have got to go up to town after I do this. We usually don't go out much of a weekend, but we've got to go and get some potatoes and some mower fuel, and a couple of other things, so we're going to go together today again up the road, the big footpath that they've built to make us for us to walk along, drive along, whatever. People up this end of town. Only thing they haven't done is made a place for me to get out over that highway to go to the hospital. It's a bit hard. I've got to go past this crossing, plus the railway crossing, go down around the corner and come back up the way, go down around and come back, go past there to get up to the railway station to go over there, because there's no roads crossing the highway part, so I can't get over there. And they should put some lights in there, somebody said. But that, you know, I mean, they're going to do something about that crossing for years, and they never. And I'm talking 40 years odd, more maybe. Like the swimming pool we don't have. Now this is not good. Look, because that's got that's way too out of whack there. Maybe if I put it like that, so it's just both of them out of whack a bit. I'll cut a bit more off this without cutting off me good sewing. You don't get too carried away, Sonya, because then you'll end up with nothing. You just take it off later. You can put it back on again, like I showed you. You can put it back on, can't you? Yeah. If you think you've cut it in the cotton, just put a bit of glue near it and hold it on. Was that the piece? It was too long. Yes, it is. And you need to take off a slither. You don't want too much. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to rain on us or not today. I think we'll be right. It's really overcast. Oh, we've had some warm days and wasn't it good, except I've got a little tiny bit of sunburn and I don't care, because I haven't been in the sun for so long. And your body feels so much better, doesn't it, after it's been out there in the sunshine? Okay, now, make sure you're going to do this properly. I'm going to put that there. I usually put a bit of, what's the name on? A bit of wallpaper, but I'm not going to, because this is padded, this piece. I don't think we need wallpaper. Honestly don't. I don't exactly know how I'm going to finish off these. This is plenty big enough, isn't it? It's huge. It's plenty big enough. I don't know why I was panicking about that. I just don't know what I'm going to do with these bits here yet. Now, I'm going to get some of this. I bought 3 bottles of this glue because when you're buying something, it's a good idea if you get a few, because what's the point in buying one bottle? They're only $4 something, and you got to pay postage and everything, so you might as well spend enough money so you don't have to pay postage. Oh dear. And this is all, I'm going to blame Nat Williams for this, because she put up a video on what she'd bought. So Sonya has to go and have a look and see if I could find some too, which wasn't the glue, but it's the things I can show you later that my dyes go in, and oh, it's so marvellous. It's these sleeves, and they're made out of, they're magnetic sleeves, and this has got heaps up the top of the bottom too, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that, whether I want to cut them off or not. I might have to. So yeah, I've got all that. Got all that. And if I cut it down, it will not work how I want it to, because we'll have all this, see? I mean, if I cut it down, it won't be any good. But if I don't, they're going to have all that sitting up the top and the bottom. And I don't want that either. Right. Righto. Maybe we're going to have to go back to the other cover. Okay, so where did you go? Maybe we're going to have to go back to this other cover. It's a little bit longer, but it's not bad. You know what? I think this one suits it better for some reason. I think it suits it better. I'll have to use that one in another one. So what are you going to do with the outside, Sonya? What are you going to do with that? I don't know. I'll have to cover this in the blue first. Well, I need to put, what's the name on it? I don't think so. Wallpaper? I don't think I would, do you? So if I put the blue under this, I've got to have a thinking bit of time to think. I'm sorry. You got to work out your good and the bad bits of ideas. I don't mind if it goes around that way a bit, but then I think it should. I don't want to take it over there too far either. This has got to be just right, hasn't it? Okay. So all these last minute decisions, sometimes they seem to work out really well. You know, you just got to go along, you know, and see how you go, because now there's the selvage there, which is a good idea to have that about, because then you can see how straight your fabric is, can't you? You can see how straight the fabric is if you've got the selvage around. I'm trying to make this the crease in the back. That's me being a bit cunning, I suppose, or lazy. I don't know which. Nobody wants to iron things if they don't have to. That's what I'm thinking. Now if I put that on there, and then I cut that off level with this book, and then I put that on there over top of it, trimmed around. You definitely have to use that one. The other book and the other one can be a different sort of style, but you can see that cover on there. Righto, let's go with this, I think. Oh dear, I always put wallpaper on there and then I feel like it's okay if I don't like it, I can take it off real easy. Okay, let's go. We can't not do this. We've got to do this. I have the ability to fix it if I muck it up, I hope. I hope I have the ability to fix it. I would have liked to have used a bit of wet glue, like instead of this one. It's not really wet because it's very thick. I probably would have liked to have used a wetter one, but I just don't feel quite comfortable with it yet because I haven't tested on things, so I don't know how it's going to go. So what I'm going to do is just use this for today because it works all right. The Aileen's one works pretty good. Takes a day or two to come out of the bottle, but that's all right. Now, you need to put that in there because you're going to... I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get this level to start with. Oh, come on. How about that? Sorry. Oh dear. Oh, we've got to sit behind that quickly. And then I'll hold it. Good. Because I have to be able to open it and shut it, as well as stand it up, you know, like so it's already done. If I put it on the cover, at least I know it's going to get on the cover. Just having a spot of glue here. Oh, crikey. It was sitting all right, but I still had to smack at it, didn't I? Okay, what have we got here? Bit of fluff. Bit of fluff. Get away from me, you. You bit of fluff. Ah, come on. Bit more for it dries. I think it takes a little minute to dry. I think it gives you a bit of space. That bit's cut crooked. Okay, so we won't get too upset about it yet. Okay, upset or excited or anything. There's some glue on that. It seems to be taken off to the side a bit here. So if you're doing this, give yourself a lot of room. Give yourself a lot of room. So you can, so I haven't used this sort of glue before and I don't know what I'm thinking about this. I hope it's going to dry nice. I hope that's going to look alright. I suppose this is a front cover and it's very, well this is wet, this glue. Too, so get right up here under the back of the cover. I'm excited to make the next book, I really am. I've got a few ideas, you know, and I'm sort of really keen to make the next journal. And we just wanted to flatten it down a bit so it wouldn't look too yucky. Now, right. Now when I open this, I don't want any bubbly bits or bits here that's got any, that. I do not want that to happen. I do not want that to happen. It is really wet, this stuff, eh? Really wet, so I'm not going to be able to straighten out as much as I can, but I don't want it to have that look to it. Oh dear. Now, let me see. I'm going to have to cut around it now. I have to decide what to do with these front bits here. Oh yeah, this thing keeps getting caught on that thing. That's not good, is it? On me sewing. That hook, if you can get caught on me sewing there. Not nice. So that cover is going to be a real lot stronger because it's going to have that on there. I think. That's a bit big, isn't it? Ah, dear, Sonya. What about this? With something more, of course. You know, sort of something that's wrong colours. I do have another one of those somewhere, I think, with that's the sort of size I need, isn't it? That's the sort of size I do need. This one here's too big as well, I think. Yeah, that's way too big. But how that's finished off, that looks absolutely awesome. That does. Let's get the cutting off a bit of this first, and then we'll see what we've got left to work with the cover. I'm just going to take it a little tiny bit over, just for interest. See what happens. Oh dear, I've got. I had my breakfast, but for some reason my belly's having a bit of a growl. I don't know why it would be. I'm taking this a bit further over, but only because I want to see what I'm going to do with the cover for it first. It's got to be a thing. I never make the cover first. I always, which is really weird because I have got covers there. Then I'd have to make the book to go with it, and I don't know if that'll really impress me that much. I don't think I needed to leave this much on the top of this. I really don't. Let's go back across here again. Take a bit more off, eh? Righto. And this side. So this glue is very, very wet. But when it dries, it's probably going to stick there for good, and that's a good idea. I might have said this before, I think I did, but I don't make my journals in a style of vintage or put any, you know, distress and stuff that much on it, because I figure that if you get the journal, your ancestors will find it all, you know, used and loved and whatever, you know, when you've had it for a while, because you don't want it. I wouldn't want something that's already looked like it, but some people do like them like that, and I'm not a big fan myself, but we're all different. We're all different, so that's why mine usually are all like this. I've seen another lady out there, she does the same colours and things like I do. She can't remember who that was now. Oh dear. There's so many things sometimes you just can't remember, can you? More water for me. Now, what did I do with this other bit of stuff here that I've got? You know, this is what I was planning on putting on there, and it could come to this too, because you know what, sometimes you have to make it to go with things, don't you? Now that's the bag that I have not quite finished yet. Got a bit of stuff around here, haven't I? That I haven't quite done. Go back over this way, Sonya. Go back over this way. That's hooked up again. I'll have to do something about that. Seriously, I'll have to stitch that down, glue it or something. Yeah, so I was going to put this on here. That's what I was doing. That was my idea this morning. I think I might do that. I think I'll finish this and put this on here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to waste your time. Got to put more stuff on it though. Just showing you what I think I'm going to do, because I really need it to fit. And if I do this, at least I can cut it back to fit onto there, to the paper, to the a bit of blue which I'm covering over completely now, but it doesn't matter, does it? Hang on a minute. Wait a minute, there's still more. I've still got more bits here, I think, as far as I know. Still got more bits. Alright. I have. This is another box full of bits. Love this mushroom. I just absolutely love that. You'd think I'd finish it, wouldn't you? Now, this is a good piece that I thought considered putting on one of these books. That'd be nice, wouldn't it, for a pocket on the front of there. Well, that's jazzy. Yes, that's pretty jazzy, but it doesn't do what I want it to. It's not my personal favourite at the moment. Well, that's cool. Wow. That looks nice, doesn't it? This is even better, but it isn't finished. This is very a very delicate one. This one is very delicate. It's lace. It's all lace fabric. It's not got material in there. It's fabric on the back, but this is all done with laces. So it's got a. And isn't that beautiful? Oh dear, I love that. I've been showing you all my stuff and telling you how much I love it all. Right. Oh, I don't know if I could cut that. I suppose it needs to be done. Something needs to be done with it. You can't just hang around the house and we're nearly doing nothing, can it? Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? You could probably do that because you could take that bit off. Take that bit off. You have to add some onto that. What do you reckon? Maybe that bit over there. Can I go back up? Maybe a tiny bit, not too much. You don't want to take away all your pretty flowers and buttons and things, do you? Could work. Could work. Wow. Isn't that nice? I know I've got more. I mean, I know this is fiddling and I'm sorry about that. You have to make these decisions though. You can't just put something up there willy-nilly, can you? Oh dear, think how much stuff I've done. This is only some of the stuff that I've done. My goodness me. I showed you the other lot a second ago, didn't I? You've seen the other lot on the other side of the table. Well, what have I got here now? Let me see. All goody. All bits and things everywhere. Okay, this is nice too, isn't it? This is what's the name that I did? This is really nice. Wow. That's really nice for a cover. Oh yes, we did one of that. We did this. Remember this? Remember making that? I don't know. Where was the other bit I was thinking? I had is a piece with that's too big. This has not been done yet at all. Really? I love starting something new, but that's not even going to fit. That's not even going to fit round there. It's got a bit to go, not much. Still got the needle and cotton in it. Okay. Well, I do like that. What do you reckon we do that? Hey, what do you think if I put that together, add a bit on the back? I'll show you how to do that. That'll be something you can learn from me today, I hope. Okay. I think I might use this. What do you reckon, hey? And put, like, I'm going to work on it, of course. I'm not going to put it on there yet because I'll cut it down to the right size, though, so I know what I'm up to. This slow stitching one's cool. I love that. I could cut it in half. I did before and I stitched it back together. More slow stitching. I do love me slow stitching. I need to just incorporate things into me slow stitch. Use me slow stitching in stuff. Look at that one too. You see, it's all here. It's all here. You just got to put it on there. Like that. Okay. Well, I don't know what I'm going to call this video, but it was something like fiddling around a bit. I do love that though too. It's just that it's going to take a lot of work to get that to And this one here is going to take a work to get it to the stage that it looks a bit like that anyway. It's got more of a vintage feel to it, hasn't it, though? Right, I think it'll go on my book, but I think it'll go really good on my book. Okay, let's see if we can make it fit. What about this? Should we finish this one? It's already got its pieces together ready to go. Oh, yeah. Ah, dear. Sorry, people. If you haven't been on my channel before, you'll know that this is how I got to work. I got to work in my head. I've got to work with what I want to do. I have to do these things to decide what I'm going to put where, and I'm going to use this. I've decided. I'm going to use this, right? I went round and round and round, and now I'm back here to this piece. But then it's going to have some beautiful bits and pieces on it, isn't it? There'll be beading and everything. Oh, no, we'll take this one off. Let's finish that. We must finish this one. It could go on the next book, because I could do a vintage style one, because this has got really good old lace on that. Look at that. There's a nice piece of old lace. Bit of satin, bit of silk ribbon embroidery there. Okay. So I've got no idea how long I've been in here. But we need to do some work on this, eh? Let's do some work on this. See if I can get something to show you a bit of before we go. Put these back in this box for a while, and then this can go somewhere. I could even actually put a pocket on the front of this, couldn't I? No, maybe not. I don't know. So I did make this to go in this journal, but that doesn't necessarily mean it has to, does it? You know, you can't say, oh dear, let me unstick this. It's just incredible how that keeps catching onto there. Excuse me. If I do this, I'm going to put a piece of plastic in here to stop it from sticking. Put a bit of glue there. A bit of glue, Sonya, sometime today. Come out, come on. Oh my goodness me, there's too much. It's alright, we won't worry too much about it yet. Till we get something. Don't know what we're going to get it off there. Bit of this too will do. I just got to stop that from lifting up. And we need a piece of plasticky stuff. Acetate would be good if you find that. Now you know what I'm looking for here. You've seen what I've got. And there's never what you need, is there? Not sitting up the top there. I'll put the little bag in there. Oh, there you go. I stuck the little bag in there, okay? So that won't stick. Now these here, this has got to have... what did I do with the laces I had for that? I had it ready. I was going to put the laces on it. How do I find them? Here we are. A couple of bits. There's a blue bit. Gee, it's getting warm in here now. And I've got those bits. I wonder what I can do with this. Can we add it to the front or not? I do love these. I'm going to put some of those on. Your little needle book. Didn't put any needles in there yet, did I? No. That's okay. I think this might be just have a little on the side. I'll hang it on the side for the hanging down bit for the side. Hey, I'll do that. Righto. Now I have a little dish with goodies in. I have a few little dishes with goodies in. So what do I put here? Let's do some. Will we do some beading or something? We do something interesting. Love these. I made myself, I know, but I do love those. And these little bits are nice, but not as nice as these other bits here, so I like that. Oh, this will be fun, won't it? Oh dear. They can go across, you know, you got that idea out there. Another one of those. I do like them on that, isn't that cute? Okay. I'll get some beading on here or something. There's a little bit there. So I can sort of make this like a crazy patchwork idea. Put more bits and pieces on it and make it like the crazy patchwork idea. Now that should be good fun, shouldn't it? You're putting a lot of pink on, Sonya. Grab something else. How about that? Yeah. Just twisting up of these buttons. This is what I might do with this. I might just add bits to it until I think it's amazing. Okay. Right. Got that one. I've taken that off. I've got to do the back. That shouldn't take me very long to do the back. Another thing I had there, this pink. That's a bit loud, isn't he? It doesn't matter though. You like the pink. The blue. Because I can go around the back of the cover and this piece. I can go around the back of the cover. Okay, so let's work out on what we're going to do with this bit. Should probably start putting some pieces on so you can see what it's going to look like. You will see it because I'll come back and do more on this, I promise you, because I need to get it done because my book's nearly finished, so I need to get this done. I do need to get it done. Now we'll figure out where the halfway is so we know we only got to go that far. I know it might look a bit higgledy-piggledy at the moment, but I'm sure it'll be fine when I finish. Okay. So we won't go over that bit there with the strange little embellishments. There's strange little embellishments. But you know what I'm going to be doing though, adding more beads than anything else, I'd say. I do love these dear little flowers I made. There's a couple of little blue ones in here that might look okay. No, they don't. Paper ones? No. Don't want paper things on there now. Let me see. Let's put something else on here. Beads or something. Make some flowers or something on here with beads. Bead the flowers maybe. I don't know. Let's just play. It's all good fun if you just want to play. Where's me? Have I got a bead needle? Yes, I do. Good. Now all this time it takes me to get started, and now I've got to go. That'd give you the woolies, wouldn't it? This is one of those double-ended bead needles, and I don't know if I really want to use that because it sticks in myself sometimes. I get a bit... There we go, there's one. Put this back in here, Sonya. I want to do something different, you know. I'd like to do something different than what I've done previously, so... Where's... I wonder how long I've been on here. Probably about the time's up, you know. It probably is. I'm going to have to go. I'm so sorry. I hope that you enjoyed anyway sitting here with me and we do a bit of crafting, and I do. I love to sit here and talk to you. Thank you very much for all my new subscribers and to the people who've left me lovely messages and to the people that have bought my work off me. I really appreciate that. It's a big help for me. It encourages me to keep going, you know, like you know, if you like my stuff, well, I'll keep on making it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye.